for not taking responsibility in terms of her grandson of acceptance. Do you feel that in the later half, it was more of a regret as to why she is now fighting?
Everybody wants to be liked all the time. I think not everybody wants to be the noble savior. And I think for her, she's very status conscious. And she felt like, let's just put this over there and pretend it doesn't exist. Let them, they'll live their life. I mean, Mark had a family, right? So she's trying to save his family, the family that he does have, the grandchildren that we do have, and she didn't want it all to blow up. So I think it's certainly not a behavior that we're not aware of. We see people getting paid off all the time, but you don't usually see a woman paying somebody off, and I think that's why it kind of rocks the boat a little bit, especially, well, a woman, doesn't she have a maternal instinct? Doesn't she have a grandmother instinct? Well, what if she doesn't? Certainly not in the way that we expect her to. What if and I think this was where I played off of, that it was like, let's that be over there. Let's keep down the path of life that we're on, even though he's already screwed it up by being at that school, Fullerton. I mean, he's not a very good professor. So he's just such a massive disappointment in every way to her, right? Not in real life, it's just her perspective. And so now this is just another massive disappointment. So she's used to flinging money around and getting her way, and that's what she wants. She doesn't want him to be fired. She doesn't want all of that. She said, this comes back to me. She doesn't want it to come back to her. So it's a selfishness, of course. And that's what's wonderful about her. And what's wonderful for me to play about her is that she is not Little Miss Perfect and she's not trying to be, so that's what I like about her. At the end, why is she now involved? She understands that that by being in the arena, she can help control the arena, right? She does not want to be outside. She does not want to be left out. She does not want to have everyone having a blast and not her as well. So that part of her that is the selfish narcissist probably got pricked a little bit to go, but do you not want to see that little squirt crawling around at, Christmas time? So, because we never had a moment, you've never seen a moment where she's looked at the child and fallen in love with the child. So I'm going to say that doesn't exist right now. If you haven't seen it, if it happens off screen, it's not something that the audience can align with. So for me, it's about, because it also happens without a moment of great love for Mark. It happens that it feels like control and power a little bit. And I think what you're talking about will eventually come. The soft sides of her. She does want the best for her son. And now this is her grandson and it is her bloodline, right? So she's all that traditional, I better be involved. It's better to be involved. But she's not I think for us to turn her into like Little Miss Giving and Little Miss Lovely, it's kind of a mistake, because then there's no battle and we need to battle against her, right?
Right. Do you feel, is Marcia reading the character, that hit, that assault by Tessa was kind of deserved, to kind of say, hey, your money has no power here. We can still, what you say, there are still consequences to that.
Well, I think consequences are deserved, but I would hate to be the person who says slugging it out in the law room is the right way to go. I think it's yeah, listen, she has a foul mouth and she said foul things and she was really rude, and she started okay, actually, because I think that it's not wrong for her to have wondered about uh Margo perhaps being more sort of having targeted her son, even though that's not what happened, as we know. But a mother would initially, what was that about? Is Margo someone who would use it against them? And so I think she's misinterpreted a lot of information, but she really is not careful in any way. And I think that Michelle is such a wonderful foe for her, that they, that they both are coming from completely different ideas of mothering and what mothering is. And so and class systems, and money and all of that, and education. And so Michelle just so perfectly brought all of that to the table. And it was, yeah, we're good to be enemies.
Wonderful. Lastly, oh, I have to wrap. Thank you so much for speaking to me.
Thank you.
Wonderful show, wonderful depiction of her as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Bye.